All right, I'm so sorry to interrupt you there, Pallavi. In fact, live visuals coming in from Hyderabad House over there of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, accompanied by the External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar. On the other hand is seated is the Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, as you can see. And this, as we all know, is a monumental meeting that's actually happening today with regards to the EU College of Commissioners, who are accompanying the EU President Ursula von der Leyen. On the other side of the table, in fact, facing the Prime Minister, as you can see, is the EU President Ursula von der Leyen. It's a very significant meeting. To give you a brief why it's being called historic, important to highlight that this is the first ever visit of the EU College of Commissioners together to India, and the first visit outside of Europe by the new College of Commissioners, who took their positions in December of 2024. On the agenda are going to be several MOUs with regards to AI, even electric vehicles and semiconductors as well. Let's quickly go across to Siddhant Mishra, who's been tracking that story for us as well. Siddhant, share with us what we can expect from this meeting, because as you can see, the EU College of Commissioners are accompanied by the EU President, and in front of them are all the top Union Cabinet Ministers as well, accompanying the Prime Minister.
Well, that's right, Dan. In fact, this right now delegation level talks are going on. In fact, in some time from now, we could expect press statements by both the leaders. There could be exchange of MOUs also between the two sides. This is for the first time, Akanksha, that the full EU delegation has come to India. In fact, there has been three meetings also since morning. One is the bilateral cluster meeting, which took place between India and EU. The other is the technology council meet, in which, in fact, Minister Piyush Goyal and Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw have participated. These are the times where, EU wants to become self-reliant, Atmanirbhar, perhaps the kind of signaling they are getting from Trump administration. And the first destination they have chosen is India. Till now, EU has made more than $117 billion of investments in India in various sectors. So we could expect more investments to flow from European countries to India. There could be collaboration in AI, critical tech, etc., etc. But the most important component could be the collaboration in defense and security-related matters. Perhaps that is something which has been highlighted by Ursula von der Leyen during her address this morning in New Delhi. In fact, Indo-Pacific is one important region for whole of Europe. IMAC connectivity will come up for discussion. Prime Minister Modi held talks with President Macron also during his visit to Paris. Now we could expect some announcement as far as the IMAC project is concerned, some announcement in defense and security cooperation. So going by what Ursula von der Leyen, President of EU, said this morning, perhaps gives a reflection of how EU wants to become Atmanirbhar now, self-reliant, and the biggest concern for EU is its security framework in years to come.
Right.
And for that, the first destination for them is going to be India. And at the same time, for India, it's an opportunity because they can explore more options in Europe for Indian goods, because there is constant threat from Trump administration to impose tariff on Indian goods. So India is also, in a way, diversifying and looking for more markets. 2 weeks back, there was Qatar Amir in New Delhi. Perhaps Qatar is one option. Then now Europe. So India is also diversifying. So it's a win-win for both sides. But most important one, Akanksha, is that in the times, in last 3 years, India was heavily criticized by European influencers, European government for maintaining ties with Russia. Now, since US has extended hands of friendship with Russia, and Europe is feeling left out, the first destination that Europe has chosen is India. Perhaps India's stance has been indicated.
Siddhant, when you talk about the new developments that are taking place, especially in this relationship between Brussels and New Delhi, what is that has changed so much as far as defense cooperation is concerned? Remember, the first joint naval exercise between the two countries took place only as recently as October of 2023. Is that also an indication of how now European Union is looking to in fact strengthen its defense cooperation with India, something it had not done so, especially when it comes to maritime security and even security in the Indo-Pacific? So far we had seen exchanges happen between other nations, whether it was the United States or even Australia and Japan, but we suddenly see this interest coming in from EU now.
That's right, Akanksha. In fact, the kind of signaling that the world is receiving from Trump administration in last 1 month, Akanksha, has more to do with Russia being pulled out of Chinese access, pulled out of isolation. And it also looks like that the US is going to solely focus on Indo-Pacific region. Perhaps the 80% of world's trade passes through this region. The kind of China's expansionist policies have, assertive attitude have become kind of a topic of discussion for every country. Even Europe is also concerned about China's behavior in this region. Perhaps since Trump has given signals that the focus of US is going to be Indo-Pacific, Europe also wants to deepen its security and defense cooperation with India. In fact, President said this morning that India is looking to diversify its military markets. In fact, Europe is also ready to contribute to that. So, we could expect some big announcement, as I was highlighting, in security and defense cooperation.
All right, we'll have to see what in fact emerges out of today's bilateral meets and what are the MOUs that are going to be signed. We'll keep a track of all the developments. But for now, we're slipping into a quick break. Stay tuned to CNN News 18.